Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to sharpen our blades with this planer. It's a 3-blade planer. I've got the dial indicator here set up, zeroed out, ready for it when I come back from sharpening these blades. First of all, you look at the blades, there's a bit of gunk on here. I'll make sure I clean that all off. And then once I've done that, I'll put them into my sharpening jig, which you'll see in a moment. These are fairly blunt, and you can see the rust build up. Now I haven't sharpened them for a long time, and with this project I'm doing with the dog, and the next series of planing jobs I have got for it, I've got to have really sharp blades. So I'll give them a good clean up, and then I'll sharpen them. Right, catch us over there near the grinder later. Right, we're back over to the grinder. Just go through and show you a few things what I've done with make this jig work. Okay. First of all, I thought how I was going to hold the blades. First of all, really, on top of that, I had to, when I first scored the old style bench saw planer combination, one of the first things, how do you sharpen the bloody blades? How do you sharpen the blades? And I thought, no way, you just sit them on the grinder and sharpen. Although that's what they look like they've been done and sharpened by hand. I said, that's nice. So I looked around, and I had a couple of mates in the business at the time, and they said they send these out to get sharpened. So I said, oh yeah, righto. That's the only way you're going to be able to do this. So I come home one day and I thought about it and put it on paper, how to do this, make this jig and grind these blades, and using the principles of engineering for sharpening of high-speed steel, because these blades are high-speed steel. And there's the original set I had, and I've had these since 1985, the same blades. So, you know, I do a bit of woodwork, but not too much. But I decided to sharpen this time because they were sounding a little bit blunt, and they were terribly blunt, the blades. And they haven't probably been sharpened for about 2 or 3 years. So I thought I'd better give them a run over the grinder. My grinder, which is over here, is about 100 years old. I bought it off a company that I work for, receivership. And I got it for a song, $20 I think I paid in '85 for it. It's been with me ever since. Still hasn't died. No play in the bearings. Funny thing about it, it's a 3-phase and it's 3/4 horsepower. You don't hear that very often, and this is 100 years old. It's back early last century. I picked it up when it was supposed to be 60 years old, so with the 40 years that I've had it since, okay, it's certainly an old machine. Look after and don't abuse it. They last forever more. One set of grinders should do you a lifetime. I don't know how fast it runs. I should look at the plaque and clean it up one day and paint it. It still runs. Painting is my forte. I don't mind lacquering a piece of wood and making it look good. Anyway, I'm going to put this down here. I'll show you first. Okay, if you look carefully, I'll get the light onto that. It's without doing too much. You can see these hold down bolts offset, and all that is a piece of angle iron. Yeah. Welded 2 bits of key steel there, 5/16 I think, and then tapped them and drilled and tapped them at an angle, which is 1/4 inch UNC bolts have gone in there. Very simple, and it come out really good. You know, didn't wander the drill. I done it very, very carefully, and I got good results because I put a very fine pilot hole through there. So that's how I get the angle. I got the angle pretty straight. Right, now I've mounted the blade up in there. That's simple. They just clamp it in there. Okay, so we're going to move down to the next section, which is this, which is a bit of angle iron welded on, a tack weld, or good strong weld. That's welded on underneath here. You know, I don't want to go pull it off and show you because I just got it set up. Now my depth of feed, I crank it with this hand, in or out. All depends on what size the blade is. There's plenty of room for this machine here to, I'll give you a better view of this. I'll put this down here. Okay, here we have. Sorry, aluminium oxide blades, pretty well, come with the grinder, still use it. And of course if you keep the edges clean and don't work on the side, they'll last forever more. Probably the thing about this grinding is a bit coarse. And of course the finish is not very tidy. If I can show you, you can see the rust. Can you see it? There, at least we got zoom on this camera, not like the silly GoPro. Right, okay, I've got it set. Just missing that. And what you've got to understand is when you make up this jig here, this jig here's got to be very straight. This angle line, because you put a weld underneath there, you've got problems. So what I did is I set it up on marking off bench, and I checked it out to see if it had any discrepancy and all that. There was a little bit, so what I did is I got a file and I rubbed it down until there was nothing. Then I put a bit of lapping paste in between these little bits of angle line, and you can probably see in the video that I have taken the top of the angle line off, because the angle's here, it's 90 degrees, so it fits in beautifully. And here we are, we've got a jig ready to go. Wind that in, I don't have to go particulars. I'm sure you can work it out how you do that. Right. Grinder on, sleeves rolled up. Just run it through, not touching. Alright, take it up. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, we wind it in here. Here we're just touching. And just run that top. You can have a look at the blade. You'll see that I've barely taken anything off. A little bit of discrepancy, I don't know why, but it is there. But that's nothing. But you can see the lines in there. That's a little bit rough for this. But as I say, I've only taken about a thou off there, and what I'll do is I'll take a little bit more off there until that's hollow's gone there. Probably another 5 thou I would say, remove it. So let's put this back in. Good. Keep it sharp. A little bit more on. course, you must you get a little bit of a burr on the side, and you can use a diamond lapper or something to clean that up afterwards to get a nice smooth cut. And same on that side too, just a gentle rub, and that will help in the setting from the right. Run your eye down, that's the best way to do it, to see how it looks. What you've got to be careful of is that place where there was a little bit of a hollow in the blade. Make sure it's not being covered up by that burr. So run your eye down there. And if you run your finger nail along like that, you have got still a little spot there. Don't run your finger, you'll run your nail along there. Just gently. That's telling me that there is a little bit of a line, because you can feel the bump. Just a little bit. You probably can hear the grinder bouncing. Well, the reason that is because it's not bolted down. Which is not adding to the cause of a smooth finish, unfortunately. I am taking this slowly. By now I would finish the whole lot. It doesn't take long whatsoever with this jig. Run your nail along there. Right, that's good. Turn that off. Of course, there's no suggestion that I am going to slip and run my hand into the grinder. As you get towards the finish of your cuts, of the grinding, sorry, slow it down. Your blade must not get hot. Right, that's the last one. I don't know if you can pick up in there. I would like to see that cleaner there. Nevertheless, it's done. Looks good. Along that nail along there, that's all you have to do. And I'll tell you, if it's sharpened, or even if you've got that little burr there, if you feel there's a hole, you'll feel it. You'll feel a little nick trying to rip out a little bit of nail. Spot on. That is good, that one. All of them are good. Okay, on a flat surface, I'm using this bit of diamond thing you get off eBay. They're alright, just to clean up this. And just give that a rub over there like that. 3 fingers. Remove that burr off the back. And rub it with the, if you can see me, on the leather. Point, watch your fingers, you don't slice your fingers. Very sharp, getting sharp now. There we are. We've seen the barbers do this. Oh, I don't know if they do that now, but they used to do this. They're rolling the burr off. And piece of leather strap. That's very, very sharp. Ooh. Put that one there. Next one on here. That surface has got to be flat up against that all the time. Okay. And it should be smooth as along your nail. Oh, that's beautiful. Very nice. I'm happy with that.